How's
Hi,
it
Danielle.
going?
Good. How are you?
I'm wearing my green. I'm trying to get festive.
Nice. I have green bowls, so that's close enough.
Neither one of us is going to get pinched then. That's good.
Exactly. That's the important thing.
So we're doing a
Oh,
little St. Patrick's Day themed recipe today.
yes, we are. We are
Little,
making Irish soda bread.
yep, I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's so easy to make. I actually had found this cookbook. It's called Irish Pub Cooking like a million years ago at Barnes and Noble.
Ooh,
And it's like the quickest bread recipe. So, and I love Ireland. I am not Irish at all, but I went to Ireland for the first time in October. And yeah, I love St. Patrick's Day, but I love making soda bread. So I'm excited to do this with you.
yeah, I actually have something very interesting to tell you.
Yes,
So we did our genealogy. We
yes.
did our DNA test, and I am 8% Irish. And I thought I was
Nice.
0% Irish. So I'm gonna fully embrace the St. Patrick's Day this year and
As
this
you
soda bread.
should.
Anyway, on that note, let's get going. I'm
Irish
excited.
soda bread, yes. So we have 4 cups of flour, and it's just all-purpose flour. What we're going to do is we're going to measure first and then sift. So I've got a bowl
Okay.
that I'm sifting it into. I've got my sifter,
Okay. So
and
4 cups.
yep. And then we've also got a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. So once I do like 2 of the cups, I usually go ahead and sift in the salt and the baking
Okay.
soda. Yeah, I love a good, like, easy bread recipe, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like fun making it yourself. Like, I know a lot of people, especially during the pandemic, got into sourdough and everything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
give me a quick bread any day.
I've been experimenting on my sourdough journey, and that is
Yes,
that is more complicated than you would think. Getting a
yes.
starter going on your own
Oh
is
yeah.
tricky business.
No, I think that's exciting that you're doing that.
It's fulfilling in a way because you have to really like feed it. It's like taking care of a pet or a
Yep.
plant. Like you have to feed it every day, keep
It's
an
like a
eye on it, keep it
Tamagotchi.
warm. It's like a Tamagotchi, exactly. It's so funny. And then, but at the end, if it works out, then you have like this thing you made that's delicious and probably better for you. So they say, who knows? But it is, I mean, the ones that have come out properly taste delicious. So
Yay!
I'm happy with it. It's
That's
exciting.
exciting. Alrighty, so we're just sifting everything together, getting a little air into it. And you always want to be careful too when it comes to recipes,
Yes.
because it could say 1 cup of sifted flour, which means you sift the flour first and then measure it. In this case,
Ah,
we measure and then sift.
got it. Because it kind of fluffs it, I'm imagining, right? Okay.
Yep, yep. All right, so we've got the flour, we've got the baking soda, we've got the salt. Now it's time to make a little well in the center, which means really just kind of dig a hole. And we're going to put most of our buttermilk. So it's 1 3/4 cups. And what
Okay.
we're going to do is just pour it in the center. I'm going to do all but about a third of a cup or so. And then I got my spatula and I'm just going to start to bring it together. We'll end up using our hands towards the end, but initially, just to not be as dirty as possible. We'll get our hands dirty in a second. And so we're just gently incorporating everything. This is also a pretty like low knead dough.
Oh,
We're
okay.
barely gonna need this thing. And once it all kind of comes together, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and start using my hands. So what I usually like to do too is I like to keep like one hand free, one hand clean rather, I should say. And gently just bring it all together. I can tell I need a little bit more of the buttermilk.
And what are we looking for as far as like the consistency?
So it should be soft, but not like overly wet. And as you can see, like mine's kind of
Mine's pretty
still,
shaggy.
yeah,
Yeah.
so is mine. Yeah. And
Okay.
that's when we start bringing it together. And I love serving this with Kerrygold, the really good Irish butter.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have a garlic herb
Yummy.
one. That's what I always serve this
Ooh,
with.
delicious.
Oh, yeah. And mine was still pretty shaggy, so I went ahead and added the rest of the buttermilk.
Okay. I was just about to ask you because I feel like I'm in a
Yeah,
similar boat.
but it's starting to come together.
So remind me where you went in Ireland when you were there?
Oh, I spent the first and last day in Dublin, and then in between, I spent 6 nights in County Clare, but I went to like Galway, Cork, Cove.
Oh, wow. It's so beautiful there, isn't it?
Oh, it was gorgeous. I absolutely loved it. The food was amazing. The sights were amazing. The people were
Yeah.
amazing. It was just everything. It
Right
was,
after graduation from high school, I went with my dad.
I
The
remember that because you guys went to
dad-daughter
Guinness.
trip.
Yes.
We did. We went to Guinness. Had our first official beer together. It was good times. It was so awesome. I
Yeah.
would love to go back.
Oh, it's so pretty. All right. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly flour my cutting board. I'm just using the cutting board so it's a little quicker cleanup later on.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and take my dough out. And I'm kind of just like working, and this is okay, everybody. I'm also a grandma baker, so just a heads up on that. I'm not a professional pastry chef, but I'm just kind of bringing it from the outside and kneading it into the center.
Oh, okay.
Because what we're going to start to do is pull it all together. We want a nice round loaf, about 8 inches around, but you don't have to get the ruler out or anything. And it does not have to look perfect. How's yours looking?
That's what I'm wondering.
Hey, is it a dough? Did it come together?
It's a dough. Still feels like it's a little bit. I'm trying to decide if it's still. Oh no, it's kind of coming together now that I'm working it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was still a little bit too dry, but it's coming together.
Yay. And then once it all comes together, we go ahead and we put it onto our prepared tray. So I've got some parchment paper down and I've got just a little bit of brushing of vegetable oil on top of that,
Okay,
grape seed specifically.
nice.
Yes. And then all you have to do too is cut a crust. I usually use my little serrated knife. And what's going to happen is it's going to expand and it's going to look all pretty and delicious. And it actually doesn't take that long to cook. Like I usually check it at about 20 minutes at 425 degrees. And
Okay.
what you're looking for is nice brown color, but also when you flip it, the bottom should sound hollow when you kind of flick it.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
So get this on here, and then you take a
Yep.
little serrated knife and did a little cross.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there is an old Irish folk tale that cutting the cross out up top is lets the fairies out. That's one
Let's the
version I've heard.
fairies out. Okay. See you, fairies.
Exactly. And now we put it in the oven. Very quick, very easy.
Amazing.
Yay!
Yay. Easy
Yay!
peasy.
I know, I love it. Oh yeah. All righty. So we'll set the timer for 20 minutes and we'll be back.
Okay, see you in 20. Okay, it's been, well, we gave it some extra time, so it was a little over 20 minutes. So let's do the tap
Yep.
test.
Tap sounds hollow.
Oh, oh,
Got some
sounds
nice
good.
color. As you can see, it rose a little bit.
Oh my
Yeah, I love
gosh,
this
it
stuff.
smells amazing. So
Cut
we
a
let
little
it
bit.
sit for like 10 minutes to cool. All right, let's give it a slice.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Yummy. Mm-hmm. Quick,
That is so
easy.
good.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
And really
easy.
simple. Yeah.
It took no time at all. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put a little bit of
Yeah.
butter on mine.
Oh yeah. I know. I wish I had remembered to get that Kerrygold garlic herb butter with this. Oh my god.
Oh man,
Mm. Yeah, that
delicious.
was one thing I really loved about Ireland. The food was just immaculate. I mean, it was
Mm,
ridiculous. Because everything's so fresh. Everything's so farm to table over there. So I
mm-hmm.
know, like here in the States, St. Patrick's Day, it's all about getting drunk. But but I gotta say, like, people, if you get a chance, go to Ireland.